We have different types of practitioners in Hong Kong, China. So we have the Mahayana, the traditional Chinese Buddhist practitioners, and we also have the Tibetan Buddhist practitioners. Well, in our case, our teacher has given us a good guidance to do things step by step. So we have group practice, and then we do it on several levels. So we start with understanding the basic of Dharma, and then we do the group practice of practicing sadhanas together. But before we start our sadhana, Rinpoche emphasized the importance of meditation. So we will do 30 minutes of meditation before we start practicing our sadhana. And it's very important to do a group practice. So this is something that it's been emphasized that we should try to join as much as possible. I met Rinpoche almost 30 years ago. I followed my mother. Rinpoche is my mother's guru. So when I was young, I joined my mother to attend pujas. And then when I returned to Hong Kong, so I started to also practice and follow. But also besides doing group practice, so we usually also practice the sadhanas at home on a daily basis. We have a lot because in Hong Kong, the population majority would be in Buddhism as well as Catholicism. So these two are and Christianity. So those three are the major religion. So we have a lot of Buddhists. But then could be among all the Buddhists, Mahayana traditional Chinese Buddhism would be more of a majority. But there are getting more and more practitioners also practicing Vajrayana, and we also have Theravada practitioners also. Honestly, I don't know. To make a wild guess, it's really difficult to guess because I don't. Maybe we have about 7 million people, the population in Hong Kong. So I would guess among the Buddhist practitioners, there could be like 10-20% among all the Buddhists. Yeah. I came across many devoted practitioners from China. I'm also a Chinese. They are very devoted and study and practice very hard. And they even like hardcore students practicing non-dro. So the 4 foundations. So including a lot from the mainland China. And they are very devoted and hard practitioners. Yeah, that's something like I would like to learn from them as well because, you know, for myself, I'm a pretty lazy practitioner. Yeah. For sure, because it's not just Chinese people, but Lumbini is the birthplace of Buddha Shakyamuni, and it is one of the 4 most holy places in the world for any Buddhist to come to pilgrimage. So, we have learned a lot of Buddhism that spread with the help of also King Ashoka, and also from our Chinese Xuanzang Fa Shi. So with them, they help us to really spread and flourish the Dharma. And because of that, Buddhism has blossomed a lot also in China. And same way now, in the modern days now, there are more and more also we are practicing. So I believe and I genuinely hope that Dharma will continue remain to flourish. So Mahayana will be based on like we call the traditional Chinese practice of the Buddhism, and that is more on doing the actual of the all the scriptures and the sadhanas are based on the Mahayana practices. Whereas for the Vajrayana, we do more on starting with the we develop after we further practice, we will advance to the level on the tantric part. I am not familiar with the numbers since I grew up in Hong Kong. But then my understanding is Vajrayana practitioners seems like there are more, at least also in Hong Kong. And like coming here in Nepal, we meet and come across many other Chinese, not only from the mainland, but also other Chinese from like Malaysia, Singapore, and other parts of the world as well. Buddhism, I think to understand, to believe in cause and effect, to believe in reincarnation, also to practice and prepare oneself for the moment of dying and the moment of death. And so those are some of the things. And also Buddhism is also help us to become a better person, a more loving and caring person. Well, I don't know other religion to start with, so I cannot comment on that way to make a comparison because it's not fair on that way. Just from the Buddhist point of view, it's so important also to live in the right moment, live in the current moment, and not thinking of the past and the future. Loving kindness is very important because according to Buddha's teaching, we have to develop loving kindness and compassion, and then because of those also help us to gain wisdom in order to attain to for the attainment. Yeah. My answer is, first of all, any person who wants to learn more needs to really get to understand Buddha Dharma. Okay. So need to have really basic understanding of what Buddhism is. So, by understanding it, then get to know. It's so important to develop and build up the faith from understanding it and not blindly to join in like with friends, because as a peer group or others, it's so important because you need to build up a strong foundation. And how to develop and advance, you have to have a very solid, strong foundation. Because if you just join as a group of friends, okay, this is something fun, or now it's an in part to join in, this will not help to develop. If this is the case, I will introduce and invite anybody who may be interested, or not necessarily interested, to come, to try to learn, to let them feel themselves, and then to understand, what is the true nature of Buddha Dharma. Then if they really have this kind of good sense, hopefully then they can build upon it. my understanding, they have also lots, they are very devoted Tibetan practitioners. So, yeah, yes. So that's all I know about it. But then from my background, so we practice the Vajrayana, but then Rinpoche said it's very important also to learn in Sanskrit. Because Sanskrit is the language used by Buddha. So also in the next Buddha of the next eon, also will speak in Sanskrit. So it's good that we all can have a connection by learning Sanskrit. Well, first of all, Lumbini also, it's a World Heritage Site, so it's also protected by the UNESCO. And it has many different levels of meanings. As a Buddhist, you know, we find not only the locals, like you find also students, you know, for field trips, they come here. Are they Buddhists? Not sure. But this gives an opportunity, you know, for them to also get to visit this holy place and also to have a taste of Lumbini. But then on the other level, you see very many devoted Buddhists. Even we met the other day from Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, you know, and us from Hong Kong, Taiwan, different places, you know, all come together to this holy place. So to me, I think there are many layers for Buddhist practitioners or curious, or just could be just because students, they have to come for field trips. Yeah. I think I am not the right person to answer this question. There are many great masters and all the great teachers. I think they are the appropriate persons. As a lay practitioner, just a simple Buddhist, probably we hope that we can share our devotion and our energy to send the vibes, good vibes, to the local. You know, as a local like you, so if you come to see so many of us coming from everywhere in the world to come to Lumbini, will that make them curious to find out why everyone is coming to my country? Okay, maybe hopefully that can incite them for some curiosity. Thank you, Nepal, for preserving Lumbini, and I think this is the most important message. I think thank you, and then to everyone in Lumbini, again, thank you, because this is one of the most holy place for us Buddhists, and I am so honored that because of all of you preserving this place nicely, we got to come here to receive the blessing and to feel for how Buddha Shakyamuni was born. Thank you.